So today we are going to have real DaVinci test on the M4 Max, heavy grade, heavy fusion and 3 DaVinci Resolve Studio AI features I actually use. Voice isolation, AI upscale and creating subtitles from audio. And I'll also show you real export times, no synthetic benchmark stuff. So let's get started. Hey folks, Naren here. Let me walk you through the structure of this video. First, I'll run through a controlled ladder using the same short clip and I'll keep increasing the load step by step. Then I'll switch to a real timeline export so you can see actual export time on a real project. Quick settings so it stays fair. I have enabled AI voice isolation because I had a bit of wind noise and I didn't want that to distract you. So this timeline is 4K. Monitor is also set to 4K and will also export it in 4K only. Also want to show you that the timeline playback resolution is set to full and the render cache is also set to none. So there are multiple segments in this timeline that we are seeing. Segment A to D are related to color grading. So we'll keep on increasing complexity in terms of color grading and see if the real-time playback is affected or not. Let's play the segment 1, which is just the raw clip. It's the baseline. As part of this, you actually install two OSs. One, the regular one that you're actually using, you have tested it out properly and it is working fine for you. So this one was the basic raw clip, no color grading, nothing done to it. So coming to segment B, here we have just applied simple LUT. Let me play it for you. As part of this, you actually install two OSs. One, the regular one that you're actually using, you have tested. Here you can see that it is playing flawlessly. Now coming to the third segment, here you will see that we have applied LUT, but we have also added some more nodes to bring in more complexity. Let me show you the nodes that we have set it up. So there are multiple LUT nodes, there is ignite, there is sharpen, a total of 5 nodes are there. And let's see if the playback will be smooth or not. You actually install two OSs. One, the regular one that you're actually using. So it is working fine so far. So segment D is where it gets real. Heavy grade plus noise reduction. So it's not an easy test. Let's see how this color grade actually works. Two OSs. One, the regular one that you actually using, you have tested it out properly and it is working fine for you. Alright, so it was smooth. I also tried to pull the scroll bar here and there just to see whether it will break or not, but it was smooth. Now coming to the rest of the 4 clips which are related to Fusion Ladder. This first clip actually begins with the same heavy color grading, plus on top of it we have added a Fusion clip which is lower third. So let me play it for you. As part of this, you actually install two OSs. One, the regular one that you actually. So here you can see a basic lower third Fusion title is working flawlessly, right? Now adding more complexity to it, I'll also add this glow effect on top of this Fusion title to see if it breaks now. As part of this, you actually install two OSs. One, the regular one that you're actually using. So far perfect. Okay, the F3 test is an animated title reveal vibe. So just to show you, I've actually added a directional blur and glow on this title reveal, and let me play it for you. As part of this, you actually install two OSs. One, the regular one that you're actually using. So this one is the heaviest grade so far. So I'll also flash the Fusion clip for 2 seconds so that it looks real. And there are other clips as well which are using this Fusion. So this is the Fusion title of the lower third, and there's a glow effect, and then there's another text on top of it which is our mask title, which has a glow and it also has a directional blur. So this is how we have actually composed our segment, and let me play it. As part of this, you actually install two OSs. One, the regular one that you're actually using, you have tested it. Now let me try the scrub test. Two OSs. The regular one that you actually installed two OSs. So the scrubbing is also working perfectly, right? So now coming to the export. Because honestly, short clips can export fast on almost anything. So I'm using a real 4-minute 54-second timeline with cuts and layers, and I've also added these additional heavy grade Fusion F4 layers so that it looks like that yes, we have actually put in some challenge to it. I also want to show you that this timeline that we are going to export, which is of 4 minutes 54 seconds, is also heavily graded. So for the color grade, you can see that both of these clips, the main clips, do have the color grading enabled. If I'll just click this, here you can see there are 5 notes including noise reduction and 2 LUTs enabled on top of them, and this part of the piece also has the same thing enabled. So coming back to it, and then you can see that these fusion nodes are also here, and on the same main clip we also have the fusion enabled like we did in the previous one. So our main clip is also fusion heavy, as well as we have also applied some titles which are fusion heavy, and then also the color grading has been done on top of it. And then I have actually replicated it multiple times. I have also added some overlays on top of it so that it looks like a real decent video that a content creator would create. Okay, so now I think we can go to the deliver page. We will name this as export demo 5 minutes 4K, and here you can see that it is a 4K video resolution that we are outputting, 30 frames per second, and our audio sample rate is 48,000. Let's say add to render. Alright, so 4K H264 export, caching off. This 4 minute 54 timeline exported in just 3 minutes and 16 seconds. Now let me play back the output. As promised, I'm back with this beast, the Apple MacBook Pro M4 Max 16-core CPU. Alright, so since we are here, let me show you one more thing. Here what I'll do is I'll use another AI feature that I mostly use in my DaVinci Resolve workflow, is that I generate subtitles automatically via this AI. And let me show how I do it. And for this 4 minute 54 seconds video, let's see how much time does it take. So the transcription just took 28 seconds for this 4 minute 54 seconds video, right? Which is so quick. Now what we have to do is, we'll have to just go to create subtitles from audio, create, and voila, all our subtitles are here. Let me play it for you. Promised, I'm back with this beast, the Apple. Isn't this brilliant? Yeah, it saves a lot of time, especially when I'm creating longer videos. It is really helpful. So now we are back to our most awaited section, which is AI upscale test. To give you context, AI upscale will only make sense if my video would be of lower resolution and then I'm scaling it up. And that's why what I did was I actually downscaled one of my videos to 720p, and then I'll try to apply 2x, 3x and 4x factors to it. So for this demonstration, what I'll do is I'll come to this timeline, and here this particular clip is of 720p resolution. Alright, and here I'll show you that the playback is currently set to full resolution, and the render cache is also off like we discussed earlier, and the fusion memory cache is also off. Now here let me play back the basic version with 1x without AI Superscale. As part of this, you actually installed, so it is playing back fine. Now let me turn on the AI Superscale and I'll switch to 2x and see if the playback is fine or not. As part of this, you actually installed two OSs. Wow. So the playback is smooth. We are at a 4K resolution. I have not reduced the playback resolution as well. And with the 2x super scale, it is working really fine. So now let's just kick it up a notch. I'll switch to 3x now and see how the playback works. As part of this, you actually install two OSs. One, the regular one. Let me try some scrubbing here. The regular one that you the regular one that you actually using. You have tested it out properly and it is working fine. But the regular one that you actually good enough. So even the 3x super scale is working fine with the full resolution, right? Now we'll go to 4x and let's see if it works or not. As part of this, you actually install it did stutter. So at 4x it did stutter, and now don't worry about it. I think it was expected. We have actually put in a lot of load here, right? Because there's a color grading applied to this clip, then there are fusion elements to it, right? And we have on top of it we are doing super scale. So it's not just a very basic scaling, right? I can show you. The color grading is also heavy here, and there are fusion clips here, right? So okay, don't get disheartened. So what we'll do is we'll just go to playback, timeline playback resolution, and put it to half and see if now it works. As part of this, you actually install two OSs. One, the regular one. So here we can see that there's still stutterness. It is not smooth. Again, I'll give it another try, and this time I'll put down the resolution to quarter. As part of this, you actually install two OSs. One, the regular one that you're actually using. You have tested it out. Okay, so yeah, we can see that it is still stuttering on 4x upscale, even if I just go with the quarter resolution. But yeah, don't get disheartened. Let's try the export now. So the same clip, and we will be exporting it on the 4K resolution. So let's say 4x upscale, and we are doing a H264 codec only this time as well. Let's see how much time it takes to render this 9-second clip. I also want to give you some context. When I was actually doing it without turning on the recording and even on turning on this Elgato teleprompter, it was working much better. But since I have put in a lot of more load to it, right, like this teleprompter and the screen recording, I can see some performance getting deteriorated, but it is still good enough. So here we can see that at the 4K resolution H264 codec, and a lot of color grading, lot of fusion compositions there, it still got completed in 21 seconds. So for 9-second video, it got rendered in 21 seconds, which is still great in my opinion. So overall, for a real creator workflow, this feels really solid. Heavy grade fusion graphics, clean audio, fast subtitles, and very reasonable exports. If you want next, I can run this exact same project on my Intel MacBook Pro. Same settings, same timelines, and we'll compare it export and playback. Comment Intel if you want that next. So as a bonus tip, I just wanted to show you how the audio was sounding without AI voice isolation feature. Now let me do it with AI voice isolation on. Actually install two OSs. One, the regular one that you're actually using. You have tested it out properly and it is working fine for you. See, so it's really a great feature, and I will actually walk you through other AI features that I've actually explored on this DaVinci Resolve Studio, so stay tuned. And if you're new here, subscribe. I will keep doing real workflow tests like this, not just a spec stock. So this is Naren signing off from GEEKNaren. See you in the next one.